Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Ika Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Ika Balsetta.
Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to a late edition, a 54-minute late edition of Passion for the Pastime. What's up, everybody? Welcome on in. If this is your first time to the podcast, thank you all for stopping by. My name is Walter Ika. I currently work at KMBR, have been doing the Giants pregame shows and Rounding Third and King weekend programming on KMBR during baseball season. But yeah, we started this podcast years and years and years ago, finally brought it to YouTube at the beginning of winter meetings, and we're just going to keep doing this thing every single day, 365, 24/7, or I guess not 24/7, 24/5. Is that what we're doing? 24/4? I don't know. We're not doing it all week yet until we get to the start of the regular season, which can't come soon enough. We talked about it yesterday. 415 West was in here, and we were talking a little bit about the NFL playoffs and how we're all dreading the Super Bowl matchup between the Chiefs and the Eagles. But we all have that itch, right, at this point of the calendar where pitchers and catchers are reporting shortly. So yeah, I mean, baseball season, when you get to the Super Bowl, you know that baseball season's just right around the corner, but it's not close enough, but we're gonna get there, I promise you. So everybody, welcome on in to Passion for the Pastime. We got the regulars in here. I know you guys were waiting. My apologies for being late to the podcast. Pat H knows all about that. We were chopping it up at Harmonic. I would like to say that I was helping Dirty Work, but I was doing no such thing. I was just having a couple of brews with Pat H. I had Greg Silver out there as well, and then Marcus the Waterboy Boucher showed up, so I couldn't leave without having a brew with my guy from the morning show, Marcus Boucher. So that held me up a little bit, and let me just say, I didn't have great choices transportation-wise today. Before we get into all of the breaking news and the trade with Taylor Rogers to the Cincinnati Reds, I know I buried the lead on that, but we'll talk about that, and we'll discuss what that potentially means for the San Francisco Giants moving into the spring season, when teams are trying to finalize their roster. So we'll talk about that. Bags had a quote, I believe, from Buster Posey. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here on my phone shortly, and we'll discuss. But yeah, no, it was a fun time at Harmonic, and it was great to chop it up with my guy Pat H. So it was a lot of fun, and we'll continue to do that at some other point. And when baseball season starts, man, I mean, we're going to be out there at 58 Social. I know my two Gregs, Greg Papa and Greg Silver, are going to be out there. We're going to have Greg Silver on the podcast so you guys can formally meet him. I know you guys know him from Dub's OT and from doing Papa and Silver, but we'll have him on next week. We'll talk some baseball, get him ramped up, and you guys can interact with young Silver. We'll do that sometime next week for sure. But yeah, so the Giants, they made that move. Oh no, I was talking about my transportation. Dude, Bay Area traffic sucks. My God, I got to my car, and it was bad planning on me. I was supposed to get out of there at 4:30. But then Marcus texted me and said that he was on his way. I was just like, all right, I'll wait for Marcus because I'm a real one, right, Rockin'? Hey, yo, what's up, Rockin'? I see you in here. Thank you for stopping by, man. Tacky's probably chowing down on his chalupas as we speak right now. I don't know where Tacky is, but shout out to Tacky wherever he may be. I know he was in the Dirty Work chat earlier, but yeah, my transportation choices today was not great. I left at a decent hour because I was excited because, my guy Greg Papa, he was going to be in studio today. I did my hair and everything. And you know what? I left at a different time. I left a little bit earlier, and I ended up getting there later. Now, let me just tell you, I put in GPS regardless of where I'm going. I know where I'm going, but you want to see what the traffic is, right? And especially with me it being in the East Bay, you got to see if there's traffic on the bridge. You got to see if there's traffic on 24. You got to see all these scenarios, right? So I put in my GPS, and for some reason, I got to a point in the road where I usually go left, but my GPS told me to go straight, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna ride with my GPS right now. I don't know what the hell it ended up doing. I ended up going on a road that literally I went like in a big loop in order for me to get to where I was trying to go. And then my options were limited because I was so isolated from the BART tracks that I couldn't get back to BART unless I was going to hop on at Orinda. So that was kind of my thought process this morning. I was just like, okay, I'm going to go on this. I never took those roads. It was a lot of like weaving back. I don't know where the hell I was, to be honest. I know where I ended up, but so I was going through on the GPS, and it was supposed to be a 20-minute faster route or whatever, and it ended up taking me like 30 minutes to get to the freeway. I'm like, what are we doing? Where am I? What is going on? Why is there so much traffic? So Bay Area traffic just sucks. So that's how my morning started. And I wasn't able to get to a certain point in time where I was comfortable in getting off of the freeway and going to BART and getting on the scooter and doing all that stuff. I felt like I was going to miss that train, and then just being the GPS timing, and I know what time the train's going to get there, I was just like, well, I'm just going to keep driving. I'm just going to drive in. So I drove in today, and I ended up going to Harmonic, and I stayed a little bit longer than I was supposed to, and I ended up taking a really long time to get home. I was changing the time of the start of the show when I was driving, because I originally started it at 6. I was like, no, there's no way that's gonna happen. Then I said, all right, 6:30, but then I realized where I was, and I said, all right, 6:45. I should be home by 6:45. But no, lo and behold, Bay Area traffic sucks. I'm not breaking any news to all of you guys. So what's up, everybody? Welcome on in. I will get out to the chat really quick. Rocket New Era chiming in. What's up, dude? Was sad to not see you out at Harmonic, man. I'm very disappointed. You flaked. No, he didn't even say he was gonna go. I can't even call him a flaker. Let's see. Dang, Walter even waits for Marcus. Oh yeah, dude. Marcus is my guy. During baseball season, I mean, Marcus is the ride or die when it comes to going to games. Obviously, Copes, but being that, with day games and he has to do a show afterwards, it's a little bit more difficult to link up with Copes, but Marcus is my guy. Night games, all that during Major League Baseball season. I don't know why I said Major League Baseball season. And during baseball season, Marcus is my guy. So yeah, I always wait for Marcus. Greg Silver popping in. Greg, what's up, dude? I just told everybody you're gonna be on the pod next week, for sure. And yes, he's confirming my hair. It was slick. It really was. It has a little bit of hat hair now. If I was to take off my hat. So I'm not going to do that. I was actually going to show you guys, but the hair is not flowing like it was today, where we were rated the best show with the best hair show at KMBR. That's what we were voted. That we can get plaques and everything for that too. So let's see here. Walter must have something against Mexicans. Thank you. Yeah, I do actually. Thank you for bringing that up. Rockin' New Era coming in hot in the in the YouTube chat. AJ Cruz, hell yeah, dude. Greg Silver in the chat. Yeah, like I said, Greg is gonna be on the show next week. We're gonna talk some Giants baseball. Gonna give him some historical context to the Giants. We're gonna talk just ball, man. We're just gonna talk about ball, and then we're gonna talk Warriors a little bit too. Being that the trade deadline is next Thursday, maybe we'll do that on Wednesday night. Silver, just throwing that out there since you're in the YouTube chat. Walter ended up in Manteca. It damn sure felt like I was going that way. Like I felt like I was gonna end up seeing like AJ at some point. Like I was like, where the hell am I driving? Where am I going? Or maybe River Islands. Yeah, I'll meet you at the boathouse for sure. Mike Val, what's up, dude? Good to see you in here. Stick around, Greg. I'm gonna bust the mic. What? What did Mike just say? Let's see here. AJ Cruz chiming in on the GPS. GPS takes you on stupid routes sometimes. We were in LA once and it took us 5 miles into the hood. Dude, oh my God. Hold on. If my girlfriend is in the chat, where is she? I know she's watching. She's going to love this story. You talk about going through LA, and dude, so it was a road trip from hell, but it was such a nice trip. We're huge Disney fans, right? So there was a point in time where we would go down to Disneyland. We had the annual passes before they were like outrageously priced. We had annual passes. We were paying off like monthlies of I think it was like $65 or something like that. Sounds insane and a deal if you're gonna go. We priced it out as we had to go. I think it was like 2 or 3 trips, like park visits or whatever. So we planned it out, we mapped it out, and we ended up going. But this one trip, we were like destined not to go because we ended up going to Best Buy for some reason. And when we got into the parking lot, we went into Best Buy, we bought whatever we were going to buy. I forget what it was. Maybe it was like an aux cord so we can jam out to tunes going down to LA on I-5. And when we got back to the car, started raining, and then the car wouldn't start. And we were like, oh my God, we're not going to be able to go. We're not going to go on this road trip. And we were fortunate enough. The tow truck came, her dad came, helped out. But then the car was donezo. Like that was it. We towed it back to the house and we were like, oh, well, I guess we're not going. And we were in a state of depression. And we ended up taking a different car. We ended up using the Navigator for her parents, and we drove down. And I tell you, we were trying to leave at 8:00, right? We were trying to leave at 8:00. You figure that's a little bit later. You're gonna hit a little bit of rush hour traffic by the time you get down there, but it's not gonna be too bad, right? And this was way before like pandemic, right? This was like we're talking like maybe 2013, 2014, maybe at that time frame. And we get in the Navigator. We leave like 1:00. I swear you not. I kid you not. We did not get into the hotel until like 10:30 at night. It was a 9-hour road trip, and I bring all this up because AJ just sparked a memory that that is funny now, but going through it, dude, I don't know what the hell, and it might have took you on the same route, AJ. We were going through, I believe we were on 5, and there was so much traffic to where it gave us, we were fed up with the LA traffic. And she said, hey, it's rerouting us. You want to just take this? I said, yes, let's do that. Whatever. And I kid you not, dude, we went through the hood. We went through, I swear to God, I think I saw, somebody get shanked on the corner. I think I saw somebody doing drug deals while we were going through. Dude, it was sketch. I was coming up to stop signs. I'm like, I'm not stopping here. I'm going to keep going. I'm not dumb. I'm just going to keep going because we stick out in this area, in this neighborhood. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to California roll this stop sign, and I'm just going to keep going through these things. Then we got to like an industrial part, and I'm like, where are you taking us? I never experienced that before. I still, to this day, I have no idea where the hell I ended up going during that that ride. But we ended up getting to our destination, but it took us 9.5 hours from the time that we left to the time that we got to the hotel. And it was crazy because usually that drive is like, 5:45, 6.5 maybe if you like really take your time. So that was insane. AJ, thank you for taking me on that trip down memory lane, man. That was freaking insane. But let's see what else is going on in the YouTube chat. Tortillas are on the stove, no spatula. That is a thing. That is how I heat up my tortillas. I'm not gonna judge. That's how I do it, man. We talking about you guys are crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, because FLA. Hell yeah, dude. FLA to the max. But yeah, FGPS as well. FGPS, FLA, F everything. F Kansas City. I mean, whatever you guys want to name it. Let's see here. Mike Val obviously didn't check his DMs. Perfect. Dude, I was running late today, so I didn't check my DMs. If you sent me something, I can go ahead and try to multitask. but I can't guarantee that currently at the moment. It's going to be a short show today. We'll get into the Giants really deeply tomorrow, looking at the roster construction for sure with the Taylor Rogers move being going through earlier today. Rocket New Era just went to Disneyland last month. Yeah, dude, I was doing a live. I was asking for a churro count. You didn't give me one. So I ask you now, Rockin', how many churros did you scarf down during your Disneyland trip? I usually try to scarf down at least 4 to 5 while I'm there on a 3-day trip. That's usually what I do. Hannah chiming in. Yeah, it was a cassette to aux converter. That's how old that trip was. Before Bluetooth, before anything that could manually get hooked up to your car. Yeah, dude. It was a cassette. A cassette. Is Greg Silver in here? Is Greg Silver in the chat right now? Does Greg Silver know what a cassette is? Does young Tony know what a cassette is? I don't think he knows what a cassette is. A cassette, a cassette to a aux converter. Wow, that just aged us. That aged us for sure. I know she's laughing right now because that aged us for sure. Let's see here. All good. I sing a song tonight. Yeah, dude, if you want to sing a song, go ahead. Go be my guest, Mike. I'll bring you on at one point down the line. We'll have a karaoke night here on Passion for the Pastime. I'll set the music for you. I'll put up the lyrics on the screen. We'll have a good old fashioned karaoke night here on Passion for the Pastime. Let's see here. Rockin' talking about travel nightmares. It took us 9 hours to get back. Accident on 5 and a little past Magic Mountain. 3 hours to cover 60 miles. Big rig accident. Yeah, no, we didn't have an accident, dude. It was just legitimately, it was just LA traffic. It was bizarre. It was crazy. I was pissed off. Maybe we did have accidents, but I didn't see them when we were driving. Definitely not when we were going through the hood, man. That was definitely an experience. Let's see. Basically, all the businesses and street signs were in Spanish. Tacky would have short circuited. Oh, dude, you guys are hilarious. You guys are making my night. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. See, Hannah knows. Hannah knows how we get down. I will do karaoke with you, Mike. I definitely will. We'll do that. You're singing. All right. What's the song that you're singing, bro? What's Don't trip. Just flip the number before the end of the show. No, I'm not going to take any calls tonight, Mike. I'm going to do a really quick show. But we'll get into it tomorrow. I'll open up the phone line tomorrow and we'll get some of that. Danny Dunn checking in on the cassette to a aux converter. That brings me back. Yeah, see, Danny knows what's up, man. Me and Danny are cut of the same cloth. Danny knows what's up with the aux to a cassette to a aux converter. How many else in this YouTube chat were down with the cassette to a aux converter? How did everybody else use that? Dude, that was crazy. Like, I thought an aux cord was old school. But a cassette to an aux. Oh man, that's incredible. Yeah, that had to definitely be like 2012. It was definitely after I graduated high school. Maybe 2013, maybe 2014, something like that. We were going down like a lot during those summers. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did. I had like 4 churros. Okay, dude, I don't remember. If you did tell me, I didn't read it because you know me, I have a hard time keeping up with the YouTube chat. Per EB here. Where is EB? I haven't seen EB here in the chat. Did I start too late for EB? 4 churros. Dude, I would destroy you in a churro eating contest. Just 100%. Just putting that out there, rocking. Let's see here. Greg Silver. Yeah, see, Greg Silver's an old soul, though. He's not like Young Tone. He's an old soul. He hits me with some of the songs on Silver Linings playlist. I know you guys can't hear it on the YouTube stream, but if you're listening on AM or FM when we do that segment, yeah, he hits me with some old school songs, bro. I'm waiting for the disco era for Greg Silver. I don't know if he got down with the disco era. But he's an old soul. He definitely is an old soul, so I respect it. Had one of those. He had one of those converters. Hell yeah, man. Mike Silver would be proud. Let's see here. Shoot, do these kids know what an 8-track is? Oh, bro, Young Tone, no chance. no chance young Tony knows what an 8-track is, bro. No, 100%. For sure. Let's see. Greg Silver, shout out to the 1998 Volvo I drove in high school. Hell yeah, dude. Shout out. What's everybody's favorite old school car? I know my first car that I had, my dad lent to me. Or I guess it was a gift. I don't really know how it came to be. He kind of just had a car and he was just like, "Hey, you need a car?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, have this one." So that was kind of nice. It was a Toyota MR2, bro. I was whipping in that thing. It was a manual too. That thing was crazy. I spun out in it one time in the rain. Don't tell anybody about it, but yeah, no, it was a lot. That car was a lot of fun. That car was a lot of fun. It had the trunk in the front, engine in the back. It was crazy. Like the weight distribution. That's why I spun out, because it was the first time that I was driving it in the rain, and I hit the on ramp too sharp, and I ended up like spinning. But all was good. All was good. Nobody was hurt. I was fine. Nobody hit me. We were good. We were chilling. Went back home and had some In and Out. That's what we ended up doing back in my college days with the MR2. Yeah, no chance that young Tony knows. Yeah, we'll bring it up to him tomorrow. We'll see if he knows what an 8-track is. We'll see if he knows what a cassette tape is, or if he ever had the privilege of using a converter or a cassette to an aux converter. We'll have to ask him that tomorrow, Greg. Remind me in the morning when I get in at 9:30. All right, let's see what else is going on here. AJ Cruz knows about the 8-track. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, now we're going down memory lane. Let's see. Anybody in the YouTube chat, have you made a mixtape? Have you made a mixtape for that special someone in your life? Did you guys do that? That was a huge thing. That was definitely a huge thing back in the day. I feel like AJ did that. I feel like that's definitely up AJ's alley right there, for sure. Let's see here. I was using that like 10 years ago. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, old school, baby. Hell yeah. I love it. I love how we're just talking about random BS, because AJ we were talking about GPSs and we went down this crazy trip down memory lane. Disco stinks. Nah, bro. Come on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We did the Walter Wednesday whip around, and we played Let It Whip. Come on, bro. What are we doing? That's great. It's a great song. 84 Buick Regal. Damn, AJ. I respect it. Let's see here. Rocking a first car was an 86 Blazer. Yeah, now we're getting into it. Now we're seeing everybody's personalities with their first cars. Let's see. Wow. Walter was whipping in that thing. No, dude. No, not at all. Wow. EB with the Impala. Okay. All right. I like it. A 64 Impala. Another story on that. My girlfriend's mom, I think, traded, I don't know if it was an Impala. Maybe it was an Impala. 64 Impala. That sounds kind of right. No, maybe it was like 70s. Traded in a 69 Camaro for a lowrider. Bad look. I remember when I first found that out, I was like, "Oh no, that's not right. That's not good." Tokyo Drift. Hell yeah. Tokyo. That's one of my least favorite movies, by the way, of the Fast franchise. You guys gonna watch Fast 10? They're making the last and final one, right? Apparently, I don't know. Mike Val checking in, a 68 Camaro. All right, I like it. I like it, man. I like it. That was your first car? Jesus, that's pretty sick. Let's see what else is here. Let's see. No chance that Young Tone knows what a CD is. Yeah, for sure. Of course we've had mixtapes. All right, man. I'm just asking. You make those mixtapes for significant other. LimeWire, hell yeah, LimeWire. MP3 Rocket. What else did we use to download music? Damn, I'm trying to remember what else there was. There was another one outside of LimeWire that was pretty popular. I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it like Napster or something? I think it was Napster. Let me see if you guys have the answer in the YouTube chat. Mixtape. I don't make them. I sing them. Oh yeah, mixtapes. Yeah, you guys are down with the mixtapes. Love that. Oh, okay. Here we go. See, I could always count on rocking. LimeWire, SoulSeek, and Napster. Hell yeah, Roger, Zab, Lisa. Oh man, you guys are crazy. Let's see what else we got here. Wanna be a baller. Shot caller, 20-inch blaze on the Impala. Yeah, I know a song. I can get down, baby. We're gonna do a karaoke night. You think I'm joking? We're gonna do a karaoke night. Karaoke is like my thing to do. Somebody says karaoke, I'm like, yes. Name the time, name the place, karaoke. Let's do it. Maybe that's where we go, rockin'. We'll go to a karaoke bar, man. Well, that'll be the meetup. That'll be the Passion for the Pastime meetup. Go to a karaoke bar and we'll have a good time. We'll definitely have a good time. Let's see here. Napster was the OG. Yeah, it was. For sure. All right. So I think we're all caught up. Oh, let's see here. R. Galvin chiming into the chat. Yes, first vehicle, still have it. It is. Yep. It's a nice truck. 59 Chevy truck. Yes, still has it in the garage. Love to see that. AJ Cruz chiming in. Cope's song Sunny sings Sunny and Cher songs for karaoke. Not to bring them down at all, but Greg Silver did bring up a Sunny and Cher song for Silver Lining Split. Like I said, he's an old soul. And I gotta respect it. Okay, so that was fun catching up with you guys. I'm gonna wrap up here shortly in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, it's going to be a short show, 30 minutes on the timer, and we are at 27 minutes of going. So let's go ahead and get on into the Giants really quick. We'll get more into it in depth tomorrow. I'll look at the roster, see what we got going on, see who are I don't think they have a list of non-roster invitees yet, but it's really interesting that this trade went down with the San Francisco Giants and the Cincinnati Reds earlier today. Taylor Rogers, and it's so funny. We were making all the riffs back and forth at the station at the leader, and we were just talking. We were like, did they trade the right guy? Like, did they think Taylor was Tyler? Did they miss write out his name wrong? But they traded Taylor Rogers. Let's see, I still mix it up. They could have easily have botched this. But Taylor Rogers, the left-handed, hard-throwing guy out of the bullpen of the Roger twins, he gets traded to the Cincinnati Reds for a right-handed reliever. I forget what his name was, but it reminded me of Night at the Roxbury. So let me go ahead and look this up really quickly, so that we can give him his proper introduction to the San Francisco Giants. They traded for it was a bullpen arm. I'm not seeing it here. We'll look it up. I'm sure Mike has it in here. Yeah, Night at the Roxbury. Hell yeah, dude. What was it? Was it Braxton Roxy? Was it Rogsby? Braxton Rogsby? Is that what it was? Yeah, I thought of Night at the Roxbury immediately when I saw his name. So yeah, he's good. I mean, he's a guy that's been in the minor leagues. I believe he's like 24, 25 years old, something like that. So he's a depth piece, right? But my problem is when you look to the Giants relievers, Eric Miller. That's the only lefty that you got coming out of the bullpen. I know Joey Lucchesi, I mean, he's going to have an opportunity to make the 26-man, and he's a lefty, so we'll have to see how that goes. But it's very right-handed dominant, and I would say, it's very right-handed dominant, just pitchers in general. Like, I was looking at the 40-man roster, and there just aren't a lot of lefties on that roster right now. I mean, Tristan Beck, right-handed. Hayden Birdsong, obviously right-handed. These guys could be fixtures in the bullpen. You start looking at who's making their appearances at FanFest, and you figure that those are the safe bets for the Giants organization moving forward. They're not going to send somebody out there that's going to get traded or something along those lines. So Tristan Beck was out there, I believe at Napa. Hayden Birdsong was out there in San Jose. Landon Roop was out there in San Jose. And those are all right-handed pitchers. Now, when you look to the bullpen, I mean, you got Camilo Doval. He's going to be a high leverage situation. He's right-handed. Jordan Hicks might factor into the bullpen at some point. He's right-handed. Sean Jelly, he's right-handed. Eric Miller, again, he's the only left-hander, and he was heavily used last year. And if he's going to be the only lefty in the bullpen, you can probably see that happening again. So it's going to be really interesting how they end up doing that with the matchups. Randy Rodriguez, he's right-handed as well. Tyler Rogers, as we know, we probably would have wanted Tyler to be traded rather than Taylor. I know that the numbers look great for Tyler Rogers. I mean, we were even talking about him last year going into the Midsummer Classic, that he could be the Giants representative as being an all-star if they weren't going to give it to Elliot Ramos. Because his numbers, he's pretty dominant. But the thing is you can't pitch him often against teams that see him frequently. Like you can't do that. You can't throw him out there against division opponents, because once you see the arm slot, once you see the arm angle, and once you're exposed to that, he becomes much easier to hit. Not saying that, you see him once and you could just dominate that at bat. He makes it a very uncomfortable, a very difficult at bat because of his arm slot and because of how he pitches and his velocity. And it is a change of pace. But the caveat to that, the drawback to that, is that his velocity is very low. So if he's not hitting his marks and he's not being deceptive, and they can see that arm slot, it's just like BP. I mean, we saw it against the Mariners. Greg Silver brought it up to me and Pat H when we were out at Harmonic earlier. The arm slot, it's not that is the biggest thing that goes in his direction. I don't know, it going against guys that know his stuff, that have seen him prior. I just don't know how effective he would be in those types of situations. So you would like to have somebody that has the velocity. I mean, that's something that we felt that the Giants bullpen was lacking, is that they had a lot of specialty guys, a lot of finesse pitchers, and a lot of guys that had different arm slots and all that kind of stuff. They didn't really have someone that can just overpower you, that you give the ball to and say pump triple digits down the pipe, make them hit you. You don't have that. And even the guy that they do have with Camilo Doval that can dial up triple digits, he relies so much on his slider. He just doesn't trust the fastball like that. And he just wants to get cute. Now, does it get back to a different mentality? Was that more of like an analytical approach of pitching, to where, everyone's looking at the fastball? If you can hit him with something off speed and something different, then it can favor you in at bats. I don't really know. I mean, if you have triple digits, I feel like you should utilize that as often as possible. So we'll have to see. But the Giants just don't have that flamethrower, and they don't have lefties in the bullpen. So now they get rid of the lefty. They get rid of someone that could throw high heat. And I just don't know how this roster is going to shape up. And when it first happened, I started looking and I was like, okay, so maybe they're trying to free up roster space in order to bring in someone else, to make an addition elsewhere that they feel that they don't necessarily need that arm in the bullpen. And they have arms in the minors, and they have young guys that can fill in. But this is what Andrew Baggerly put out there on Blue Sky earlier today. And he said that he just talked to Buster Posey, said that he hated breaking up the Roger twins, but they wanted to create chances for younger arms in the bullpen. Doesn't sound like there are plans to reinvest the $6 million San Francisco Giants saved. We'll keep looking. I will say we feel pretty set with the roster, the roster the way it is right now. So again, now it kind of turns into it's a money saving move, right? And there's not going to be an addition. Now, is there going to be more to come? Most likely. I mean, I don't really know. But going off of those comments saying that we're set with the roster the way that it is right now, things can change. Injuries happen. Guys get let go or get released and don't make 26-man rosters and don't make 40-mans and people get optioned out. Things can change and people get brought in. But it's really interesting that they would go that route, and you can kind of see the path why. I kind of mentioned a couple of guys earlier with Tristan Beck and Landon Roop, and does Carson Wisenhunt figure in to a bullpen spot also? But again, they're all right-handers, so you're gonna have a heavily, not even just in the bullpen, you're gonna have a heavily right-handed starting rotation as well. The only guys that are not righties in the starting rotation right now is Robbie Ray and Kyle Harrison, and then literally of the entire pitching staff, you just add Eric Miller, and that's it. that's all that you have for your lefties. So what that could allow is the opposing team can just load up their left-handed their left-handed lineups to counter your righty dominant pitching staff. So that's going to be really interesting. Now, can they add? Of course they can, but as of right now, it's looking kind of like this is going to be the roster going into obviously spring training. This is going to be the roster that you're going to break down 26 man. So then my question is, well, is the left-handed duties, the left-handed specialist, so to speak, is that going to solely be on Eric Miller? And I he took on a lot of innings prior, so we're gonna have to see what the plan is moving forward for that Giants bullpen, because I don't know if it is. I mean, it's hard to say that it's improved, but if you slot in Hayden Birdsong and Landon Roop, I do like the upside for those guys, and I think that this move specifically gives them innings to work towards the future. And then my question is, do these guys, are the Giants, is this a signal of more moves to come? Like, are we going to see, if we're talking about freeing up space for young guys to show what they can do, and this is a reset, rebuild type of year for the Giants, then I would be very shocked if Mike Yastrzemski was on this team moving forward into 2025. I mean, he does add something with the bat. He's obviously a plus glove in the outfield, and they want to be defensive. But you look at what Luis Matos has done in the past, and you look at what he did over winter ball in Venezuela, winning the Rookie of the Year in that league and hitting pretty damn good over that season. So is that a move that's going to come down the pipeline at some point? We'll have to just see with that. And is that something that you guys would rather have? Would you rather have Luis Matos out there in right field or in left field, and you put Ramos over in right, because he did play some balls off of the wall pretty good, played the carom pretty nicely when he was in right field, and he has a pretty decent arm. I remember I was out there at the ballpark. I believe I was with Marcus the Water Boy, and we saw him gun down somebody at third base from a bounce off the wall, took it, pivot, threw it to third, and threw him out easily. So he has that capability. Is that something that you end up doing and changing the roster and getting more opportunities? I mean, you're talking about all these young guys that you want to give opportunities to in the pitching rotation and in the bullpen. I think the same could potentially be said for the Giants moving forward when you look to the hitting category, the position players as well. So let me know what you guys think on that, and we'll sit on it, we'll digest it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, because I am out of here. I'm gonna go through the YouTube chat one more time, and and see what you guys are thinking. Taylor Jenkins, what's up, Taylor? Good to see you in here, man. It's a short show today, but we'll be back at it again tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. I won't be late. I don't have prior plans. We'll be back here on a Thursday. Maybe we'll have a guest, but we'll be back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's go back out to the Ernie. Yeah, I did show up, and I'm glad you showed up too, Ernie. I saw you in the chat earlier when we were in a holding pattern while I was sitting through some much frustrating traffic that took us on a digression for about 30 minutes, and a trip down memory lane with AJ talking about GPS because GPS is the worst. Yeah, man. Mike S checking in here. Wizenhunt could be the lefty version of Devin Williams. Yeah, okay. That's interesting here. Let's see what else we got going on. Sean Jelly, Rodriguez, Miller get a room. Plus guys that are supposedly young starters, not named, Birdsong and Harrison. Okay, thank you for that, Mike. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. Like a Black or a Wizenhunt or a Crawford. I don't know if Reggie Crawford's going to be getting some innings this year. I don't know where he stands in his rehab because he had Tommy John after the season. It was like late in October too. So I don't know where the timetable is. I don't believe he's going to factor into anything into 2025. But I could be wrong. On that. But I don't expect to see him anytime soon. That's why the organization kind of been quiet on Reggie Crawford, and everybody in Sacramento haven't heard too much about him. He hasn't pitched for the River Cats since I believe June of last year. I remember I was talking to Zach Bayruti and of the play-by-play of the Sacramento River Cats, and you know they were gone, and he was gone from the roster for quite some time. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see him anytime soon. Let's see what else is going on here. I can't hear the stream, but you guys aren't missing much at the Dubs game. Yeah, are they getting cooked, Pat H? They're getting cooked. Say hi to Tom Tolbert for me, dude. Oh no, you're not gonna be in those seats. Tell your cousin to tell Tom Tolbert that I said hello. That's my guy for sure. Pat H, it was good to see you out there at Harmonic, man. It was fun. We'll definitely have to do it again. Yeah, Pat H was telling me going in. I felt really confident when he told me. I believed him. I think I'm going to see my first loss. He was undefeated at Chase Center prior to this night, and I don't know what the score is of this game, but if Pat H is telling us and checking in on YouTube, I would say that it's probably a 15 to 20 point deficit currently at the moment. So thanks for checking in, Pat H, and letting us know that you are safe at Chase Center. Let's see what else we got going on here. Turn it off, save your record. No, he's there. He can't turn it off. He's there. It's done. Stick it out. Pat H is still early. All right. I want to see Matos and McCray. I don't want Yaz as a starting outfielder or fourth outfielder. Even Melvin gonna start him. He's got to go. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if this move with Taylor Rogers, if that is a signal of other things to come when you look to the veteran presence on this team and potential guys being blocked at getting opportunities. And then also, like, does that mean something at first base? Like, are they going to do something there? I still think that that's a holding pattern for Bryce Eldridge, so we'll have to see how that goes. EB checking in. Thanks for the show, Walter. Good job. Appreciate you, EB. Appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. Passion for the Pastime, for sure. So let's see. Oh, it's a 9-point differential. Okay. All right. It's not over yet, Pat H. What are you doing? 9 points? Greg Papa would say, that's 3 shots, mofo. On that note, I'm going to get on out of here. Rocket New Era. I have yet to hit up a Warriors game this season. I have not either, so maybe let's do it. I can get in with my credential. You just got to get a ticket. And then we'll do it. We'll go to a Warriors game. We'll figure out. Maybe we'll go when we retire Iguodala. That was a whole thing when we were talking about it the other day. Talking about a statue, and then Papa said that he was the best stripper in NBA history. I was just like, what did you just say? And then we came back the next segment, and I played Pony by Ginue, as Greg Silver put it. Genuine. I know how to say it. All right, you guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. It was a quick one. It was a quickie, 44 minutes. I went 14 minutes over my allotted time, but I'm going to get on out of here and wrap things up. You guys have a good one. Be safe. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Passion for the Pastime on YouTube. And again, if you want to listen to it again on audio form on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it is there, Passion for the Pastime. And if it is your first time here, thank you for coming in and checking out the podcast. My name is Walter Calceta. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and set your notifications for when we go live. Like instances like today, we didn't start on time. We started a little bit later, but everyone else has all their notifications on, and you all came by to say hello. So on that note, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys have a good one. We'll talk more Giants baseball tomorrow, see what is in store. We'll definitely talk about those. I saw the comments that Ali was bringing up yesterday on Barry Bonds and Ohtani. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit tomorrow as well. So you guys have a good one. Be safe, and thank you all for stopping by. I'm Walter Calceta, getting on out of here. Talk to you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Passion for the Pastime continues. You guys have a good one. Talk to you then.